Hey everyone. Today I decided to try something different. With the uncertain times right now and with everything going on, I thought I'd try a little challenge. I took $30 and I decided to go out to the grocery store, to the Dollar Tree, and see what I could get for $30 for two people. And this is what I got. So everything you see here, I will use to cook this week. And I will make up all my meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner with only $30 worth of food. Can it be done? Let's see. Well, I got myself some eggs, a dozen eggs, coleslaw, corn on the cob, French bread. Oh, and this beautiful pork loin porchetta. Look at the price, guys. $1.80. Great special. Chicken breast in a can. Long grain white rice. I got this from the Dollar Tree. Gnocchis. I seen this at Dollar Tree for $1.29 or $1.25. Never tried it, so I'm going to try that. Peanut butter. Bouillon. Beef broth, basically. So you can make a soup or add flavoring to the rice or whatever you want. Pizzazz sauce with herbs. Can of lentils. 6 bean mix. 4 bananas. 4 potatoes. 2 boxes of this pasta salad. Ranch and bacon. That's from the Dollar Tree. All this here, all these things here are from the Dollar Tree. Irresistible or seriously good mayonnaise from Heinz. That's for this and for my sandwiches. Blueberry flavored muffin mix. Now guys, you can get this at the Dollar Tree and all you have to do is simply add water. So if you're really in a bind and you want something quick to eat, it's there. So I'll have 6 muffins for $1. Bisquick buttermilk biscuits. Same thing, you just add water, cook it up, and yeah, I was thinking about making garlic bread with this. Comes to 6 biscuits. So yeah, that's what we have. Can I make meals for 7 days for 2 people? Well, let's see what we could do. Now, one thing you must remember is you must prepare. Prepare for the week. It becomes a lot easier if you're ahead of the game. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to start the porchetta. I'm going to cook it up. And then I'll be able to use the pieces whenever I need them for the sandwiches and for all the other recipes I have in mind. So let's put the stand here. Okay, so I'm going to cut this in 6 because I'm planning on making sandwiches and a couple other dishes. And it's going to be for 2 people, so let's cut this in 6. I kind of went ahead and looked at everything I had and planned a menu in my mind. And then I put it down on paper. So I'm pretty much ready. I know exactly what I want for the week. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So this is for 1, 2. That's for 1. That's for another day. That's for sandwiches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these up finely. Well, you know what? I'm just going to cook them all up together. So I'm going to take them like this. You know what? I forgot to butter the pan. That's another thing. You can use the spices that you have at home. If you have spices in your cupboard, that's great. I will allow myself to use butter and or oil. Everything else that I will be eating this week will be what I bought. So now I'm going to take the butter, place it in the pan. All right. And back to the drawing board. Okay, so I measured out the rice that I had in a bag from the Dollar Tree. This is a Gourmet Tradition long grain white rice. And it came out to about 1.5 cups of rice. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to rinse it. So, okay, so I put the pork loin in the butter. As you can see, there's already a spice on it. It's a porchetta pork loin, so you don't have to put anything on it. Just want to flip that over. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take the rice, kind of get some of that starch out of there. You can see it's kind of, you know, dirty. Looks like dirty water. So let's let it sit for a minute or two. Actually, no, don't let it sit. Just bring it out slowly. I really don't make this kind of rice. I'm more of an instant rice kind of person. I know. Instant rice, but it's fast. So there's no instructions on this bag. So I'm just going based on what I think I remember. Well, okay. If I could find my strainer, I could put it in my strainer. Let's see if we could find the strainer. Okay, we're going to add some water to it. It's been cooking for about 3 minutes each side. So now I'm just going to add a little bit of water. The reason being is that I'm going to make a kind of like a broth. So I could have this broth for a soup on the day 5. I'm going to be freezing it and keeping it for day 5 for a soup I have planned out here. Well, it's looking really good, guys. It's going to boil it. Oh! It's going to boil it a little bit, but you know what? These are going to be sliced and everything else. And like I said, it's going to be in the soup. It's going to be in the stir fries. It's going to be... We're going to stretch it. We're going to stretch it. We're going to get a little bit of meat in our diet this week. On a budget. Alright, I'm going to turn that down. So it's on low. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put some water in here, in this pot, so we can put the rice that I rinsed out in the strainer. You didn't see me do it because my camera wasn't on when I was recording it, but I rinsed it off. And now we're going to put it in the pot. Now, I don't make minute rice very often. So when I see that there's no instructions on the bag, or not minute rice, long grain rice, sorry, no instructions. So I'm not too sure how much water I'm supposed to put in. There's 1.5 cups of rice. So I'm going to put 2.5 cups of water because I know these ones absorb more than the minute rice. We'll see what happens. So that's boiling right now. I'm not sure if you're supposed to put it in right now or not. I can't remember. I haven't done long grain rice in so long. I'm a minute rice kind of girl, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so I put these 2 corn on the cob, keep it in the sleeves, or the husk, put it in there for 3 minutes at a time. For a total about 10 minutes. So 3 minutes, take it out, 3 minutes, take it out, until you get to about 10 minutes, and then it should be ready. And then you just peel it back. You can put it in the fridge for a couple days. It's just easier than boiling it. And it actually keeps its flavor. It's quite tasty, actually. Okay, so this looks like it's boiling, and it's time to put the rice in it. I hope this is the way we do it. Like I said, I'm not a wild rice kind of person. Or long rice kind of person. It's usually instant rice for me. So I'm going to turn that down to about medium. And put a lid on it, partially. I don't know, I guess you could put a lid on it. And check on the pork. Yeah, that's ready. See how brown that sauce is? That's just from this pork. No added herbs or anything. No added spices, just whatever was on the porchetta. For the porchetta soup on day 5. Okay, so that's finished. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to separate it for my other recipes, and I'll show you what I'm going to be doing. So like I said before, we're going to take this and we're going to keep it for later use. I can use this in rice, I can use this in my soup base. It's going to be delicious. Okay, so let's let that cool off. Cool off with the pork. Nice pieces for the pork sandwiches, the pork soup. It's going to be delicious. Okay, so I have the porchetta already. I put it in baggies, separate baggies for separate days. This one's for day 1. It's going to be for the rice. It's going to go with the rice. Day 3 for soup, so I cubed it, ready to go. Day 7, that's for the buttermilk biscuits. And it's going to go on there. I thinly sliced them. So these 2 are going to go in the freezer. And this one's going to go in the fridge for tomorrow, because tomorrow's the start of the challenge. So this will go in tomorrow's recipe. Well, the corn is out of the microwave. It's been sitting on the counter for about 5 minutes now, cooling off a little bit. Let's see what we got. I put it in the microwave for 10 minutes, like I said. Flipped it every 3 minutes. It's a little hot. And it doesn't look the greatest either. Lovely. I hate when I have to go to the grocery store and I can't open them to see them. They get frowned upon by staff. They're like, you can't be doing that. That kind of pisses me off. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that one. There's a lot of brown on it. I'll have to take it off, I guess. Maybe that's why they were 50 cents. Yeah, I'll have to clean it off. Whew, hot. Hot damn! Alright. Now where's my knife? Well, we'll have to use this one. Just to get the tip off. So this is no good. I'll throw that out. Oh, gosh. Oh, my God. Okay. See what I mean? I don't know if that's from cooking in the microwave. It could be. So I'm going to take a knife, a little sharp knife. I'm going to take the brown parts off, just because. Yeah, I think it's from the microwave. I think I cooked it a little bit too long. Yeah, definitely. It's not rotten or anything. It's just brown. It's starting to overcook, I think. Okay, so I'm going to let that cool off. I'm going to put that in a bag, and then I'm going to store it in the fridge. And that will be for a couple recipes this week. Well, there's tomorrow. I'm going to have some tomorrow. And yeah, and that's what I'll be doing with it. Having it for my lunch, if I'm correct. Let me see. Tomorrow, corn on the cob for supper. Okay, so we'll have corn on the cob for supper, 2 porchetta slices, and 2 cups of rice. And I'm going to make a Mexican rice with that, so it's going to be good. It's going to be a great. All right, so let's see what we're going to do next. Let's check on the rice. It's more like sticky rice, guys. Let it sit for a little bit longer. But I really don't like the consistency of this. It's kind of sticky and thick. So what I think I'm going to do is, yeah, let it sit for 5 minutes with the lid on and see what's going to happen. If it's too much of a sticky consistency, we'll have to make something else with it. I'll have to change my recipes. Come up with a concoction of some sort. Maybe some kind of rice patty or something. We'll see. We'll see what we'll do. So you know that broth I made, or that porchetta juice? Well, I'm going to be using it as a base for my soup. And I'm going to be using it probably in other recipes. So I'm just going to take a little bit. Not too much. Just a little bit. Pour it in one of these snack bags. Yeah. Just to say there's a little bit of flavor there. So if I want to add that to rice or anything with a bouillon or something, just to give the porchetta flavor. I'm going to put that in the freezer. And I'll use it for a future recipe during this week. And as for the other one's just going to be for the soup. I'm going to add water to it, obviously. And I'm going to make a beautiful recipe with that. Simple, but tasty. It's going to be near the end of the week when things are not as plentiful. But we want things tasty, not too bland. So I put this in a mug so it stays up. I don't have to hold it or anything. Look at all those peppercorns. Gives it a little bit of a bite. Don't want to lose any of that. Okay. So I'm going to freeze that. I'm going to put it for those recipes this week. And we'll see how that tastes. So I put the rice in these baggies. 2 cups per bag. So I got 2, 4, 6 servings. So that's 3 meals. 3 meals. Let's see what we will do with this now. I have a few things in mind. But like I said, I don't like the way it's sticky. So I might just make some kind of concoction with it.